I'm gonna tell you real quick about schools, and one unique thing about schools growing up here. I attended Drew Elementary School for kindergarten and first grade. This is around 68 to 1970, and my mom worked there. My aunt worked there. Many of my relatives, many of my neighbors, people from my church worked at Drew School. Well, around 1971, they integrated the school system for elementary school kids. So now my brother and I, we went to Tuckahoe Elementary School, which is way up on the north side. It was about a 45-minute bus ride for us to get there. After about 2 weeks of going to Tuckahoe, my parents sat us down and said, "Kenny, Jimmy, do you want to go back to Drew?" And we were like, "For what?" And not to say that we loved Drew. It was in our neighborhood. We walked to school and so on. But we were like, "Mom, Dad, they have a brand new gym, media center, playground, log city. The fields are immaculate. You know, we don't mind riding the bus for 45 minutes." You know, I later learned, though, in life as a grown adult, and when I was in college studying about the Supreme Court decision that in separate but equal, that it was not equal. And I was living proof. I lived through that. I just didn't know that at the time. I'll take you back about 10 years ago, when I was still living here in Arlington, maybe about 15 years ago, 15 years ago, I would fight with the Arlington County School Board to get Drew Elementary School to get it remodeled or rebuilt. And one of my points I would always make was about Tuckahoe and how nice the school was back in 71, 72 when I went there. 25 years after that, Tuckahoe was being renovated again, and Drew hadn't been touched. And now my kids were going to school there, and we were like, no, we can't have that. So we had to always fight and stand up for what we believed in, and that was something I learned from growing up in Arlington and with my family and so on. But later on, I went to Williamsburg and Yorktown, and I just want to say, by going to school there, I think that helped expose me to, by going to school in North Arlington, that exposed me to other parts of Northern Virginia, Falls Church, McLean, Fairfax, Reston, Vienna, Great Falls. I was able to, I met friends that lived there and so on, and that was one of the great things I loved about Arlington was the diversity and being able, being exposed to different things.